Welcome back to my channel, Zero Hour. I'm your hostess, your favorite weirdo, Ray Ray. Um, I have a lot to tell y'all. First off, I got me a jizob. Ignore that stuff in the back, y'all. Well, y'all ain't gonna ignore it now. Y'all gonna look. That's my wannabe nightstand. Cause like this room is like I have a big size queen. I didn't even know they had like queen size air mattresses that have a little like backboard or whatever. But like only thing I could fit in my room is my bed and my TV, and that's it. I'm not even complaining, y'all. I'm happy that I even have my own room. Anyways, I lost 2 subscribers when it comes to this channel, and that's letting me know that I need to open up and talk to y'all more about my life. The reason I don't is not because I don't want to, it's because I'm one of those people. I always got a story to tell. Every time I go outside, it's always something, whether it's something positive or something negative. Sometimes it don't be nothing. And what I mean is just running into very colorful people. I guess it's my energy because people say I give off island energy. Like, even though I might have a unit on my face, I'm one of those people that have like a resting bitch face. I'm very, very friendly and I can be very bubbly. Yeah, as far as the 2 subscribers I lost, I just want to say thank you because to the people that come through, you didn't even have to be here at all. You know what I'm saying? You could have just went on my own shit and just scrolled it. This ain't, I ain't never been on Tinder, but like I always hear swipe right, swipe left. What do? You swipe up or you swipe down? Because when it comes to YouTube, it's like a timeline. You don't really, unless you're looking at shorts or something. What am I even talking about here? Anyways, but yeah, I'm a little sad, but I'm going to start revealing more about myself, and like I'm gonna share my life with y'all, but I'm not going to put out people's names. The information is going to be 100% true except for the name. So hopefully anybody that comes across my videos that knows me knows that this is not no personal attack. This is a weekly documentary of my life, and I want y'all to know more about me because some of y'all have been watching me from like day one, and y'all still like, I don't know who this person is. Like, she's too mysterious. And the type of person that I am is, if I don't know you, I'm gonna come off very mysterious because like, to the people that know me, like, I'm an open book. You're gonna know my entire life. You might know some things that you don't even want to know because I don't have no secrets. I'm not a secretive person. I don't have, honestly, like, I will literally tell you anything about myself and you'd be like, that's too much, Ray Ray. But I'm proud of who I am and where I came from and the type of woman that I become despite all of this 20 years of bullshit. Like, I have never dealt with somebody and was like, you know what, I'm gonna be mad at the world. I don't want to say that. Like, I've been through things that made me want to become bitter and resentful. And it's like, as soon as I say I'm gonna give up on love, then God brings somebody in my life that I'm just completely in love with. As soon as I say I'm gonna give up on money, then the job comes through. So I'm just learning to not give up on myself. This room is getting brighter and brighter, and it's like, with me, for my peoples, when y'all go to take a picture, every time I go to take a picture, I'm a different shade. I notice that. I'm like, why am I never the same shade? Like, sometimes I'm dark skinned, sometimes I'm brown skinned, sometimes I'm light skinned, sometimes I can look yellow bone. Like, I imagine if I was like further up north to where it's cold all the time, I would probably be a yellow bone. And then with my kids, they're all different colors and shades. Like, I don't know, I don't ever stay the same color. I'm like a chameleon. Anyways, as far as my love life, y'all, usually I am in long-term relationships. Like, I love being in love, I love being loyal, I love being committed to one person. Like, I usually find one person that I'm obsessed with, and like, I'm capable of monogamy. Some people are not capable of being monogamous, and uh, unfortunately, I've been having a lot of people coming into my life that's like into polygamy and this and that. And this is the thing. I think people love me because I'm gonna accept you for who you are. If you say, Ray, I'm gay, you know what I'm saying? even I've had, you know, a little coochie every now and then. What's wrong with that? I'm the type of person, like, I don't care if you trans, I don't care if you gay, I don't care if you straight, I don't care if you black, white, blue, purple, whatever. If I love you, I love you. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. That's why I never understood, like, when it comes to people who are homophobic or transphobic, like, why you gonna be upset that this nigga is gay? How are you upset what somebody else does with their genitals? How are you upset because of how they live in their life? You know what I'm saying? I don't like dealing with people who are too controlling. Now, with me, I can be controlling, but only if you allow me to be that way. And what I mean is, I have a very motherly, fatherly type of energy, and I value freedom, and I respect everybody else's freedom. That's, to me, that's the number one thing that I want, is freedom when it comes to relationships. And I'm scared because I am low key very, very submissive. I'm a black woman that's had to be dominant most of my life, and I do want a daddy. Like, seriously, like, I completely do. And when it comes to relationships, I'm sorry, I'm getting there. I'm kind of all over the place. But I feel like you need to have a certain amount of control. You know, your person, you should allow to have that person have control over you, and you should have a little bit of control over them. I feel like that's part of being in a relationship. And I mean in a healthy way, not in a jealous, you know, abusive, fear, you know, Marky Mark, which he don't like being called that, so I call him that anyways, because I like bugging people. But yeah, not that type of way. Not that type of way. But my relationships are always long term, and I've learned that when it comes to men, they're more simple than you think. Like, sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll be wondering what he got going on in his head, and he just like want a sandwich and just sleep or some shit like that. Like, the older you get as a woman, the more you shut up. Seriously, like, I've solved a lot of relationship issues by just shutting the fuck up and listening. And when it comes to relationships, a lot of times women, we think we listening to the man, but we not hearing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hearing them, but we're not taking heed to what they're saying, because they're not. And what I mean is, the way what I used to listen when it comes to relationships, I would listen to a man like he's a woman. You know, I would look at him and, you know, he's a man, like, feels safe. He want, nah. Dudes is not like that. Like, they want to be respected, and I feel like a lot of men care more about respect than love. Not saying that love isn't important, but when it comes to a man, I notice they love the women the most that make them feel like a man, how they feel about their self, you know what I mean? And I can relate to that, because as a woman, I love a man that makes me feel like a woman. A lot of my relationships I don't cut off because you look like a man, you know what I'm saying? You make me feel like a man. I've literally had men the way they describe me, you know, because I am, yeah, I was going to say I'm 5'5", I'm 163. I'm one of those women where, like, people look at me, and like I said in my previous video, I'm actually, objects in mirror are bigger than they appear. That's literally me. I'm a little person. I feel like sometimes I could be a little big person, but I'm a very petite woman. And I don't like when men, like, this one dude, he was like, I thought you was 6 feet, 6'2", and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna make me feel like a man? I don't want to feel like a man. No disrespect to my Amazon women, because I'll climb a tree in a heartbeat. But, like, I just don't like the way some men have described me, you know. And then there's some men out here that really made me want to bask in my feminine energy. And I truly like relationships where I feel like I can sit back and let the man take charge. And most of my relationships has failed because I feel like I gotta be the mama. They don't even feel like they my man. They feel like they are my son. And, like, I'm not trying to play house, not without no ring. And I do want to get married one day. To me, two people could be together forever, and you don't have to be married. But a lot of these dudes out here are not ready for a relationship. They just want a maid that's free. And not all there's some great men out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those men hating clubs and ain't no good men out here. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? That's a big ass lie. There's plenty of great men out here. Why are you not attracting them? Why are they not coming to you? Maybe it's because you're not a great woman. You know, check yourself. You know, my mom used to always say, sweep in front of your door before you sweep in front of somebody else's door. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when it as far as my love life goes, I know when I was moving, I was saying I was going through heartbreak, and it's because I was going through a breakup, which was my fault, by the way, y'all. I am in a long distance relationship with, like I said, I'm not gonna reveal no names because this is a person that I care about and I want to marry. You know, I don't know if he gonna end up being in these videos or not. If you don't want to, you don't even know that I have this channel yet, and I'm not going to put our business out. I'm gonna try to keep it as private as possible. But this person is my soulmate, my kindred spirit. The one, have you ever been with somebody and you look at them and it makes you love yourself even more? It's like looking at a mirror because they have the same qualities that you have, and you might be a little bit too insecure about it, but when you're around them it makes you feel more confident about yourself. You feel stronger. Like, y'all, I have a man that I believe in. You know, that it's been, I done had so many relationships with men that I don't respect, men that I don't believe in, men that I was just stuck with. Like, a lot of my relationships ended up going past the expiration date because I ran out of fucking money and I was stuck there and miserable. That's why, like, before I say I do, I want to make sure I have a little money for myself. And I say this when it comes to all women: make sure you have money for yourself. Do not depend on a man 100%. And I'm not even saying, like, there's nothing wrong with depending on him 100% sometimes, you know, because when it comes to relationships, your relationship should work however you want it to work, not how your mom wanted to work, your dad wanted to work, how anybody on the outside. If y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer, if too many people in your business, you ain't got no business. And I'm talking about as far as marriage or whatever. So it's honestly, it's only so much you can keep secretive when it comes to love and relationships. And like I said, I'm not a secretive person. I love to be in love. This person that I'm with, it was a little bit of uncertainty because we're at a distance. We're in two different states. And I've never really been in a long distance relationship. I don't know how to act, and I was scared when I got on them. So, like, the slightest thing, I'm the runner. I'm the person that I'll abandon you because I'm scared that you're going to abandon me first. So, like, it did end, even though I didn't want it to end. I'm ranting, y'all, because I'm happy. What I'm saying is, we ended up getting back together, and the point is, we just didn't want to be apart. I didn't want to break up, and when I tried to reconcile, he felt some type of way, and he was like, don't break up with me if you don't want to break up with me. And it's right. And there's some things that he did that I did not like either. You know, when you especially at a distance, if I'm trying to get back together with you and you just, like, you know, I need to think about it, then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you go. So if my Bookie Bear is listening to this and feeling some type of way, I'm sorry, my love. You know, I'm gonna be quiet on that. Like I said, like, my love life right now is going great, and I wanted to stay going great, and I don't want, you know, I watched this video where this dude ended up divorcing his wife because she went on live and she was just talking about, you know, I don't cook, I don't clean, he pay all the bills and this, that, and third. And, like, I understand it. So, I'm going to leave what I'm saying right there, because I'm a firm believer when you're in a relationship with somebody and you talking and you want to talk to the world about your relationship, I think there's certain things that you need to clear with that person before you come and you say what you want to say. So, like I said, it was a little bit of uncertainty, and, like, I was fucking up, you know. And see, the thing is, I was so happy I ran from this person. I'm used to strife. I'm used to struggling. I'm used to dealing with a guy that won't talk to me, that won't open up to me. And this dude is very, very open with me about everything. And like it was almost, it was like almost traumatizing. So it was my fuck up, and I fixed it, and it's been great ever since. Well, actually, we both fixed it. We reached out, we talked to each other on the phone, and we worked things out. Well, I'm probably gonna talk more about love and relationships, just my past experiences and stuff, and maybe we can have conversations, because like, who doesn't want to talk about love? Who doesn't want to rant about that? People that's single and happy, more power to you. Uh, well, yeah, my love life is going great. Now let me go ahead, because this is going to. I'm purposely making this long, y'all, because this is going to be the last episode of the season. And you know how like when you watching TV, and then like when they show the last episode of the season, it's always a little bit longer. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make these as like they're like episodes, because I got me a jizob, a motherfucking jizob. Apologize to y'all for the interruption, but while I was editing my videos, I began to realize that I was missing a part. And it's where I'm telling y'all my story of the douche. I was a douche, he was a douche. Like, I was such a dumbass when it comes to this story, y'all. Okay, so yesterday I was walking to the store, right? And while I was walking to the store, is this dude, he like, hey, baby girl, can you help me out with a new phone or whatever? You just got to show your ID. Please help me out. I'm fucked up or whatever. And the type of person that I am, like, I'm a very soft soul. So the kind person in me rush to go help, right? I showed my ID, and I got a Florida ID. I ain't been here that long. I've been here like a month and some change. And because I didn't have proof, he was like, the dude at the stand was like, you just got to go home, get yourself a piece of paper, and that would your address on it, and you Gucci. So the dude that was like, so he's like, you gonna still help me out get a phone? I could give you a ride home or whatever. I told him I was just gonna go to the store, because it's two stores near my house, and like both of them have different things. So I was going to the opposite direction. And I was gonna take the ride, but whatever. Anyways, I started walking towards the store to get my things, and then some dude pulled up on me, and like he was I thought he was like in his 30s, mid 30s or whatever, but he was a YN, and it was just getting to know me, and like he said I seemed a bit standoffish, and like I'm one of those people where like I'm, like I said, I'm very bubbly, but he just caught me off guard, and it wasn't his fault. I was apologizing to him, and I was explaining to him that like a few minutes before I met him, I had just met some other dude that was a stranger, and like he kind of like threw me off, asking me to help him get a new phone. And like when I was talking to this dude, I'm just referring to him as a YN. He was like, yeah, that's weird. Like, you just a stranger coming up to you and asking you to help them get a phone. And I was like, yeah, but anyways, I went in the store, came out, the YN took me home, and then he was like, you want to hang out, you want to vibe, you want to chill, you want to chill. And I'm like, is this, I gotta go once I get money, I'm gonna go and get my brain tested. But I did take an online test, and it's like I'm kind of on a spectrum of dyslexic, possibly ADHD, and a touch of Asperger's, So I'm kind of autistic, but I'm, like I said, I'm gonna make sure I go get that confirmed, So anyway, so when it comes to me, I have a hard time grasping certain conversations when it comes to men. And I notice that I'm one of those women that I tend to ignore danger and be like, you know what? He has a good heart. Let me just go ahead and go right in there. That's why I said douche 1 and douche 2. Because I should have just said, no. I just should have said, I'm good, bruh. But, I was all for making friends. And he ended up taking me home so I could get the piece of mail because I had to prove that I had lived here so I could help the dude get a phone. And I was trying to rush back, and the dude was trying to talk to me. He's like, "You trying to rush back to help him, and I'm talking to you." I said, "I'm just trying to do a good deed. I don't know either one of y'all. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all niggas shit." But the dude ended up dropping me off at the store. We swapped numbers, swapped IG or whatever. And then he was like, "I'll hit you up later on tonight. We could chill or whatever." And I had just had so much going on in my head because I was trying to help this person first or whatever. But anyways, when I got back to the stand, the dude was gone, and I was like, wow, I hadn't even been gone that long. Like, I stayed right around the corner. It only took me less than 5 minutes to find the paper or whatever. But that's how I ended up with a new government phone. So, oh well, you know. So later on, the dude hit me up, and he was like, you know, I don't. First, he's like, you know, wait, like, you want to chill, you want to hang out? Yeah, sure. So like, I just wanted to go for a ride. I like joyriding. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those people. I feel like a dog with his tongue out the window. You know, I might actually be doing that. You know, well, in my head, I don't know. Like, I'm weird like that. Sometimes I do a reenactment of what is going on in my head. You know how you think you looking cool, but when people looking at you, you look corny as hell. That's me. But yeah, anyways, we was just riding, and I'm like, you know what? You know, I had got us a drink, and you know, he was driving, so like he didn't really, you know, you can't really have nothing until like he settled in, because don't drink and drive. This is not one of those scenarios. Like, but it just got a little weird because after we had our drink, then he was like he pulled up. He's like, you know, so after when I have something to drink. Oh wait. First, I'm skipping something. I know I look like shit, y'all. I know my hair look like shit. I don't look that great. It's gonna get done. This is the homeless look. This is what a homeless look like. Like, I'm looking crazy right now. Anyways, with the dude, like, after I had got us drinks or whatever, right? He's like, you know, he hungry, you know, some grub. So we pull up to Mickey D's, and in my head, I'm kind of like, you know, if I ask you out and you like, of course, ain't it up to me to pay? You know what I mean? So he offered me to go out with him, and then like turn to me and expect me to pay for everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because this video is starting to get longer than I wanted it to. Well, it made me upset because why offer me out? You don't you low on gas. You don't got no money for yourself. You know what I mean? It's not even about having money just for me. You don't even have money for yourself. You don't even have a way to try to even get back home. And I just feel like an idiot because we ended up like a few minutes from the house, which he was like, it was 3 minutes from the house. It wasn't no 3 minutes. It was like five, it was like 10 minutes, maybe longer. And like we just under the bridge or whatever. And kind of stiff arming at this point because like he tried me really hard, y'all. Like, I was just not in the mood. This was just not that type of party. Like, I had made it known several times, you're not getting no vagina, you know. Like I'm not one of those people that where I'm not the type of woman where I got like a 90-day rule. I have a vibe rule and I have an age rule. And like, he was just a little too young for me, and I could already tell that he knew that nothing was gonna go down because he didn't. Once he heard my age and how I was funny about when it comes to ages, he didn't want to really tell me his age. And he's like, you know, 23, something like that. I'm finna be 40. I don't need my groove back. I'm not Stella. But yeah, it just ended up being so crazy. Like I said, I don't want to get in too much detail because there's no need for that. Maybe I'll write a book or something about my life one day. Who knows? But yeah, I should just stay my black ass at home. I ended up having to call my roommate, who's a deputy, by the way, and I'm thankful because he was like, didn't know where I was at and was considering putting out an APB for me because I'm the type of person, if it's by midnight and I'm not home, something wrong. Like, I just got here. I don't even know anybody. I only know one person here. So I keep things on the low. Like, when I move, I try to move swiftly, quickly, get my black ass at home because I don't know nobody out here like that. But yep, that was my dumbass moment for the week. We gonna do like how they do, like how Dave Chappelle said. I loved Dave Chappelle show. Bring Dave Chappelle back. Like, I pray his family is okay and they have peace, because what we looking at right now ain't Dave Chappelle. Look like a clone. You know what I'm saying? Look like GMO modified. I want organic Dave Chappelle. But we gonna wrap this up. I remember that line. Wrap it up. Pull up the radio and he playing that. Wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as my job, the dude hit me up in like a couple of days, like literally 2 days after the doing a virtual video review. I'm glad I stuck through it because it was a pain. I had to keep recording because I was so excited. I ended up rambling and the file ended up being too big. It took me like an hour to answer all of the questions but he called me up. And it's going to be great, y'all. I'm going to hear from him Tuesday, which I'm going to touch base with him on Monday because I think he forgot to give me a time. And I don't know if I'm going to start next week, but I do know that, like, my background check. And, I'm a military veteran, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a squeaky clean background. So my backgrounds come back fast or whatever. So, so I'm going to be hearing something on Tuesday. And if I don't hear something on Tuesday, then I'll be reaching out. I'm one of those people, like, I'm a mover and a shaker. Closed mouths don't get fed. We just sitting here, I'm going to wait. And if you call, you don't. No, I'm going to find out something. Because we talked on the phone for like about an hour. And like everything was just going and flowing naturally. And I kind of want to put myself out more. I'm always, when in the kitchen, like I'm always in the back. I'm always like doing something in the background. And I always have somebody come and tell me like, why aren't you... I've had people encourage me, like, why don't you become a server? Why don't you become, like, the way your energy is, you can be very bubbly. And the reason I don't, y'all, is because I have a resting bitch face. For real. Like, not only that, like, all my teeth fucked up, which is something that I'm going to be working on because, like, it costs, like, $50K to have veneers, and I don't care. Like, y'all, I miss my smile. Like, I used to smile a lot more. I actually smile a lot more in person. The reason why I don't on camera is because I hate how fucked up my teeth look. But, when it comes to customer service, they be want you to smile, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here just smiling like the children of the corn or whatever. I can be happy energy without smiling. You know what I mean? So, I'm a different type of customer service worker. Like, I'm more like of a counselor, like I'm more of a motherly energy, and I'm just going to connect with you in whatever way that you want to connect. You have a bad day at work and you want to rant about work while, I'm cooking you something to eat, we could chop it up. We could talk about everything, like I have very healing energy. So I'm very excited to have a food service working job, and we're going to be serving sailors. It's going to be a lot of them. I guess on average, it's going to be like 500, 600 a day, which thank God, like, I'm not closing, y'all. Every time I work kitchens, I be closing. Everybody know that to me, the hardest workers are the nighttime shift when it comes to the kitchen. So if you work in the kitchen, you work nighttime, God bless you. Please, it's so fucking hard. It is so hard because you got to clean up after the morning crew. And a lot of times the morning crew does not do everything. And then the night shift has to come. So with me, I'm going to be the morning crew. Like, I'm going to be working from 4:30 in the morning and I get off at 1 in the afternoon. It's going to be a 6-minute Uber drive and a 30-minute walk, and I'm glad because I don't got money like that. So as soon as I work, I'm going to be saving, and then I'm going to be on my way to Texas. I got a lot of friends that live in Texas. Like, I can't wait. I'm going to probably buy me first start out with a little apartment and work my way up. I'm perfectly fine with working my way up, but I'm excited because I got my foot through the door. And like, hopefully this is the last episode of the season, because you know how Indeed jobs could be. They'll swear up and down you got the job, and then you don't ever hear from them again. Let's hope that don't happen. Let's hope that this next episode is going to be the new season and not a repeat of the first season, So yeah, y'all been praying out here for me, and I really appreciate that, y'all. Like, for real, y'all see that glow? Even the sun is starting to get brighter in here. Like, I'm just so happy that I get to work. I get to work towards my babies. I'm start working towards my goal. And I'm a Capricorn. We funny when we ain't got no money. When my money ain't right, that's probably why I did that douche moment. I just can't help my friends out. Money makes the world go round, unfortunately. And no, it's not everything, but it's necessity. So until next episode.